Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Jamar84 here, and we're here for episode 8, I believe this is. It'll be right in the title. Episode 8 for the Washington Post. And I didn't really have, well, I guess I kind of tried to scrap together something uh, to talk about for another Washington Post, when actually I did find out there was some things I want to talk about. But since I didn't give you guys a review last week, let me go ahead and get into one of the lead topics of what I wanted to talk about. As you guys know, last week I didn't, upload a review for the episode 3 of The Bad Girls, mainly because, one, there was not much to say. There really would have been not much to say. The video would have been like 5 minutes long. Basically, just everybody talking about how much they hate Sarah. That's pretty much all the video was, or the episode was pretty much about. So there's really no need to try to dedicate a video towards that. But the second reason why I didn't upload a video of the episode is actually going to lead into one of the first topics of this particular episode of Washington Post, is because for those of you who don't know, who are not in LGBT news and recent things that have gone on within it, this past weekend, as you know, is Labor Day weekend, which is when a lot of different prides are happening. There's one in ATL. I know. Is there one in DC? I'm not really sure. But the main pride is in Atlanta. But also, there's this other brand called Inferno, and Inferno hosts various prides throughout the year. For Memorial Day weekend, they have it in Puerto Rico. For 4th of July, they have it in Canada. And the main event, the main Inferno event, is Inferno Dominican Republic, that occurs on Labor Day weekend. Now, today is Sunday. Sunday. And I was supposed to go. I was in planning of going to the Dominican Republic event. But what ended up happening, which is why this was in such a big uproar, is because on Wednesday, Wednesday at around roughly 2 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, actually, you know what? Before that even happened, I had a friend of mine. Well, you guys all know Wesley, A Connection TV, the one who does the Mona Simone Bad Girls Club reviews. He was going to the event too. We were supposed to meet there. We were supposed to have fun and get kiki, because we did it last year. For those of you who may not see, I'm gonna post a picture right here with me and Wesley last year at the Inferno Dominican Republic. We had so much fucking fun. It was the best vacation ever. But moving forward to this year, we was talking about it, going back and forth, and he said that he actually booked his flight a day early than the events were going to be. So he was going to be there on Wednesday, a day early before I was going to get there on Thursday. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So he's telling me how excited he is and how he's leaving on his way. Okay, and I'm like, okay, I'll see you the next day. So, when you're in the Dominican Republic, there's no phone plans, but, well, unless you have an international phone plan, if you just ball and the motherfucker start calling like that, then you go ahead with your bad self. But there's this app called Voxer, which is pretty much just like a walkie-talkie apps. You sign up via your email. You can send voice messages back and forth between the person who has Wi-Fi and whatever. So that's how we're communicating. And he's telling me that he gets to the hotel, and the hotel is telling them, because he's not the only person that booked their flight a day early. So there's other people there. The hotel tells him, we don't have any reservations, or the reservations are not showing up in the system. And he's telling me that, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that's about. So he's like, he's going to keep me updated and see if they fix it or whatever. Not no more than like, I guess it was like 15 to 20 minutes after we talked about that, I get an email from the resort talking about that there's something, we need to contact the Inferno event coordinator because we don't have, your reservation isn't listed in our system. And I'm just sitting here looking like, what's this? And then I contacted Lionel Williams of 3LWTV. I texted him, and he couldn't even text back because he was getting so many different text messages. So he replied to me on the DM, And I'm telling him like, what's this with the resort having all their shit fucked up? Like, what's going on? And he's like, we're working on it now. We're trying to figure it out. And da 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 da. So I'm just like, oh, okay, well, shit. I hope y'all work it out because this is some fuckery. So moving on. About an hour later, we get an email about saying that we regret to inform you that Inferno DR 213 has been canceled. Oh, bitch! When I read those words and they comprehended into my brain, my jaw fell through the floor. I live on the second floor of my apartment. It fell through the first floor down to the basement to the core of the center of the earth. I was just like, no. I felt like my soul been ripped out. I felt like I told people on Twitter, like when this shit was canceled, I felt like somebody stole something from me. Like when you walk in the house, you see your shit fucked up. Somebody been in your house and took shit. That's what it felt like. I felt like somebody had stolen something from me because it's Wednesday. It's like Wednesday at this time. It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was supposed to leave. I was supposed to get on the plane in the next 12 hours to go to the Dominican Republic for the next day. And you're telling me it's canceled? I think not. I was just like, I, I was discombobulated like shit. I was so over it. And then we're trying to figure out, okay, so what do we do? Like, do we get refunds? Like, do we still like go to the what the fuck do we do? It's so short notice. Some people are figuring that the shit out is canceled. Some people are figuring out that this is canceled while they're en route. Some people were on the damn plane when they announced it. Some people were en route to the airport. Luckily, I was still at my own house because if I was already there and well, I would have been pissed off. But anyways, moving right along. So what happened was since all this was going on and people are getting frustrated and people are pissed, this is what the hotel did. The hotel said, okay, we don't have reservations for your Inferno event granted, but since those of you who are here, who booked your flights and are already here, we're going to offer you the room rates at a discounted price. But the fucking discounted price was like, I think the cheapest was like 125, 124, 125 a day. And people's itinerary for their planes was like 4 to 5 days, 4, 5, some 6 days. So you're going to spend at least another good $8, $9 to $1,000 just to stay after you've already paid close to $2,000 to go for the event in the first place. So if you already went there and you didn't have pretty much an extra grand to spend, I don't know what those people did. I assume because Wesley went and he was able to get a room for him to stay. So I don't know if he roomed with somebody. I don't know because a lot of people had to shack up who didn't know. Like strangers had to shack up with each other so they could afford this damn room. But I just feel like that is so horrible. This is such a disaster. And luckily, earlier today, we got an email talking about giving us options on whether or not we want to get a full 100% refund back, which could take 4 to 6 weeks, or we could get a credit, and we could take the money that we paid for this trip and use it towards next year's trip or any other Inferno trip with 150% 150% return or credit. So if you spent $1,000 on this trip, then you would have credit for $1,500 for the next trip that you could put towards any of the other trips. But I was wondering, I was like, because I know Will. Personally. I've met Will through Lionel Williams of 3LWTV when he invited me to attend the my first Inferno event last year in May of 2012 for Inferno Puerto Rico, and great guy. Looked out for me the entire trip, And then later that year, when I went to Dominican Republic this past year, awesome time. No real problem. The only problem or hiccup that I had was that I couldn't call the station to get my confirmation from my airline, but eventually I was able to text Will, and he was able to give me all the information I needed, and then I was good. Greatest vacation ever. But that's why when this happened, it was so like I would never have thought it would even it would happen to Will. Granted, I thought this is something that I would think to happen to Dwight Powell with Sizzle and all that stuff, but there's all the shadiness that went on Twitter about difference between Sizzle and Miami, and Sizzle and Inferno, and now people are like, oh, Inferno's gonna lose all its customers, and y'all was shading Sizzle, y'all trying to be so uppity. I'm like, let me tell you something. The people who are shading or throwing all the shade and negativity at Inferno because of this or what happened are the girls who either A, couldn't afford to go because they couldn't have the finances, or they couldn't get off work, or for whatever reason they wanted to go, but for whatever the circumstances they couldn't go, and they were mad about it. And so now that the other people who were gonna go can't go, now they're gonna be all trying to be all happy and all this other shit. And then somebody was like, people, what did they say? One of them was like, people who it's a good thing that people who didn't go to Inferno didn't get to go, so now they can stop being so stuck up. I'm like, if I can afford it, why wouldn't I do it? Why would I settle for just the standard pride that people have probably done not hundreds, but like at least 10 times or however many years you've been going to Pride? When I could do something better in a foreign country, gives me a chance to travel, experience new things, and just because you can't afford it, oh, I'm just being uppity, I'm just being too much. Like, no, if I can afford it, if you can buy something, I bet you're gonna buy it. Why not? And then it was just a whole bunch of unnecessary shade and shit. And then people was worried, people was on Will like, dude, uh, it's been like 48 hours and we don't have a word as to what the fuck you're doing. But luckily there was Lionel who was there to kind of patch things and try to relay information to people as it became available. But all in all, because I feel like I can go on and on about this for a long time. I want to get into the other topics. I wish Will the best, only because him and I have always we've never had any kind of problem or issue until this point. I hope to still be able to, support his Inferno brand, because I know this is going to take a hit. Because when you upset the gays, you have to do some major damage control, girl. But I'll be praying for you and the entire Inferno staff, because like I said, y'all have always done me well or done right by me. So I'm gonna stick by y'all. But anyways, I think he's put forth the right ramifications to. He's giving people the option of the refund and the credit. So if people want their money, they should be able to get it. So enough of that. I'm gonna move on to the next topic, y'all, because I don't want to take up too much time on that. Earlier today, Lady Gaga performed for the iTunes Festival doing a live stream, and she performed 7 songs in addition to Applause from off Art Pop. Now, let me tell y'all about this. She performed. I'm not gonna go into like each song, but I'm trying to remember. She performed Aura, which I believe leaked earlier, like in July. I believe that leaked like in July, and that came out. It was like a low quality version, but she performed that. That was everything. She performed a new song called Manicure, which kind of reminds me of The Fame. The production kind of reminded me of The Fame, which is good. She performed the title track of Art Pop, and Art Pop, the title track kind of sounds. It's kind of like a mid-tempo-ish song, and she's talking about how pop. Putting art and pop together can mean anything, and you put it together, you get whatever you want. It's kind of like the kind of song, I think this Kevin from the Scorpion Show said, it's kind of like the song that you want to sit and you want to smoke to. It just kind of makes you feel good. It's kind of like a smooth type record. So I was like, okay. And another song that she performed, which is probably like the one that threw people, just was like, oh my God, is Lady Gaga has a song with T.I. and Too Short called Jewels and Drugs. And it's like a combination of trap music mixed with some electronic and pop, and it's everything. Me and the people who was watching the iTunes live show, that was everything. And I'm just, as she's performing these songs, I'm like, now don't get me wrong, I love Applause, I love it down, but bitch, you had all of this And you released Applause to start with? Girl, bye. But what else she performed? She performed, she performed Applause. She performed a song called Swine, which is everything. That's gonna be my motherfucking shit. That's gonna be a song that's gonna be on fucking repeat. Now I don't know if this era, like when she called us little monsters with the Faye monster, and just kind of been that way up until now. People like, oh, now we have this Swine song, and it's gonna be like this really big record. I'm like, are we gonna be called Little Piggies? I'm like, y'all stupid. But that song was everything, and then she went into this ballad called "I Want to Be with You." Now that was a nut. I love Lady Gaga's ballads. That song really had some emotion behind it, and I can't wait to hear it, the studio version. But I always loved Gaga's ballads, from Speechless, You and I, Brown Eyes from the Fame. It's just, she has a lot of great ballads. People don't know because she never really releases them other than Speechless, but I would definitely say check that out. But if the videos are all over YouTube and the blog, so if y'all want to check out the iTunes stream, you can. Let's see, more in music. As y'all know, September 3rd, there's 3 different albums coming out, y'all. There's 3 different albums. You got John Legend, Love Into the Future. You got Ariana Grande for Yours Truly. And you've got Tamar Braxton for Love and War. Now, I previewed all of the albums are up for preview. Now, you can actually stream John Legend's album, which I'm going to do as soon as I turn off this camera. You can preview John Legend's album in full. And you can preview Ariana's and Tamar's on iTunes with like 30-second clips. Now, here's the thing I've learned about, iTunes and previews and things of that nature. Usually, oops, look at this. What the, the things I go through with my hair, y'all. Usually when you preview songs and you listen to like the 30-second, a random spot in the song, it's never a good representation of the song and how you're going to feel about it when you hear it in whole, in full. Because a lot of times when I preview albums, and I'd be like, I don't know how I feel about it, because, they showed me just that one part. I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about it. And then I hear the whole thing, and I'm like, oh, I can get into this shit. So I previewed Ariana's album, and it's cute, but I found a way to listen to some of the songs in full, and the previews are not really good representations of the album as a whole. So I would say, wait till the album comes out. Each song is going to be available at least on YouTube. So I would say listen to them in full before you decide to, to buy it or not, because then your whole opinion can change. Same thing for Tamar's. Now, I thought that Tamar would have more up-tempo-ish records, or at least like a mid-tempo. I knew there would be ballads. That's a given. But I thought she wanted to, she's always talked about pop locking and dropping it. I thought there was going to be, some more booty shaking music. But you got Hot Sugar is going to be cute. I saw the video for that too, with her whipping that ponytail. Get it, bitch. Hot Sugar is going to be cute. There's a song on there called Tiptoe that's going to be really, really cute. And her little ratchet, she did that song. It's really cute. So I'm definitely looking forward to that album. And that song that she put out, All the Way Home, excellent. Love the vocals on that. She did that. She won. But let's see. I think that's all I really wanted to say about those 3 albums. Make sure you guys go pick up all those albums. September 3rd. Next week is gonna be a big day for music, and then we're gonna see the following week which of those 3 albums comes out on top. Do you think Ariana's gonna come out? Do you think Tamar is going to come out on top? Or do you think John Legend just might swoop up and snatch both their wigs? But let me get into the next topics. I got all of this on my phone, y'all. I don't even know how much of this I may edit, because I don't even feel like cutting and pasting for real. But, it is what it is. Oh, let me quickly talk about this monstrosity. Alicia Keys performed.
It's 8 o'clock.
You know what? I'm not even going to edit that out. I'm not going to do it, because y'all going to take this no chaser. Alicia Keys performed somewhere. I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't matter. And she had this cut. And I was looking at this haircut, And I'm wondering, what does this bitch look like? She is serving me something that I cannot get out. It is on the tip of my tongue. What is it? Lord, I saw it on my Twitter timeline and on my Instagram. And this bitch looks like motherfucking Mandark from the damn Dexter's Laboratory. I was like, oh my fucking God. That is exactly what it is. Alicia, it was it was cute at first for a little bit. Not really. But, when you took the braids out for the last album, Elements of Freedom, and you had the long hair, I was like, okay, I can get into this. I can get into this. Then she cut it. I was like, oh Lord, she's going butch. But this shit right here, girl, no, you look like they did take, you had like long hair and they put a bowl on top of your head and they just snipped around the sides. And girl, the Swiss Beats get off to that? Like, during sex, does that turn him on, I wonder? Or does it just throw a dash of water with a sexual flame? I just want to know. I want to know how Swiss Beats feels about this haircut. Like, when y'all be having sex, are the lights off? Girl, let me not get off on these folks' business. Next topic, y'all. Next topic. There was something. Oh! It was put out today that Ashanti, another girl, I'm gonna have to give you the motherfucking side eye. Ashanti has pushed her album back again to March of 2014. Now, let me tell y'all, for those who may not know. First of all, Ashanti is on an independent label, Written Entertainment, I believe it's called. The first single from this album, which was called The Woman You Love, yes? Yeah. It's called The Woman You Love, came out like October, November of 2011. Okay. Her album, I believe, was initially supposed to come out in January of 2012. And the video came out for the song, and it was weird, and nobody knew what the fuck was going on. There was like a fucking spaceship, and her and this braid across the head like she belongs in Avatar as an extra. It just didn't make sense. It didn't quite connect with too much of anybody. And she released more songs that I couldn't tell you the name of because, girl, they were promoted. I may have listened to them and they was like, oh, that's cute, and they just kept about my business and forgot about it. So Ashanti, and then I believe her album was supposed to come out, I believe July 30th or July 31st or something. It was the latest pushback of this year. Mind you, it's already over a year overdue. It's supposed to come out, I believe, initially in January of 2012. Okay? So here it is, fucking July 2013, and the album's supposed to come out, and I believe on the day of, she goes on her Instagram and says, oh no, I'm pushing my album back on the day it's supposed to come out. Bitch, really? For real though? Girl, at this point, and now you said it's not even due until March 2014. Do you know that that's 2.5 years late that this album's supposed to be? You're supposed to release this album and start it on the next one by now. And you wasting all this damn time. And we're just like, girl, at this point, either A, just release the shit for free, because you try it if you ask people to pay for this shit, and just promote it, and I'd release it as a mixtape, or just scrap this shit. Just pretend like the shit didn't happen. Pull a Sierra with One Woman Army and just pretend that the shit didn't happen. I'm for real though, because first of all, Ashanti, you haven't really been in the most, well, I mean, she hasn't done anything necessarily outside of music that's bad, to my knowledge. If there's something happened, let me the fuck know. But she hasn't really done anything bad. It's just that you haven't been in the proper, limelight to promote your music since the Declaration. What was that song called? the way I love you, the way you love me, one of them. She hadn't really been hot since then, and y'all know that was like, what was that, 2005, six, something like that. It's been a while, Ashanti. So for you, just need to find a new label. You need to find a label that's going to actually promote your shit, because you're doing this independent thing is not going to work. And just forget that this album ever even existed, because you've released like 4, 5, 6 songs from it, and don't nobody give a fuck about any of them. So just start over. Just scrap it. Start a whole new clean slate, and just start your put in your studio sessions and just start over, because you're just digging further and further into this hole, and it's just not doing you any type of justice, and you just need to stop it and just work it out. You just need to work it out. One of the last things I'm going to talk about is I am a little bit more interested to see what this season 3 of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is going to be serving me, because if you guys did not know, um, K Michelle left the show, and K Michelle is reportedly going to be replaced by Waka Flocka. And y'all know what comes with Waka Flocka is Waka Flocka's angry mama. Now, you know, Waka Flocka's mama was on the show. Was that the first season, or I can't even remember what season it was. I want to say it was the first, when she was talking to Rashida about getting new management because Kirk wasn't doing what she thought he was supposed to be doing. And I don't even know Waka Flocka's mama's name is. So, but she was laying into Rashida. She was letting her have it. But Waka Flocka, I'm not really too interested in seeing him per se, because Waka Flocka's never really been that easy to look at. He's not really eye candy. He's just kind of. I just can never get into him or his music or anything that has to do with his mug. And what was that? He put a picture out and he tried to look sexy with his shirt off, and he looked like a box. And I'm done. But he's going to replace K Michelle for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So I don't know if they have any reports about when the new season is supposed to start. If anybody knows, please leave it in the comments so I can get my mind, body, and soul ready for it. And speaking of other shows I want to get my mind, body, and soul ready for, where the fuck is The Walking Dead? I'm going to need like a full day marathon of both seasons. I think I'm going to have to watch the first season on Netflix, because I don't think they have season 2 on there. I'm going to need to watch the whole lineup, because I forgot all these bitches' names by now. It's been like 4 months since the last season, and I don't know any. I know Michonne and that sword. That I do know. That I know. But, what other show? Scandal's coming back October 3rd or 4th, whichever the one it is. I'm ready for it, and I need it. I need Scandal back into my life, because Scandal used to give me my motherfucking heart attacks. And the thing is, with Scandal, for those of you who watch, you know, when you're watching Scandal, you have to turn off your phone, you have to close your door, and you have to remove any and all distractions for that 1 hour. Because if you think that you can be watching it, go take a pee break, and then come back, you're going to not know what the fuck is going on. Something epic has just happened, and you missed it. And you're not going to know what the fuck is happening. You're going to be lost for ever. Because there'll be one small thing that a character may find out, or something that's been kind of revealed, and if you didn't catch it, that's it. You're going to be lost. So I miss that. I miss having those real dramatic, cliffhangers in Scandal, man. And then they left this last season off with girl, I forget his name, but the other dude that was trying to kill off people, that's Olivia Pope's father. Lord have mercy. And then the paparazzi, and everybody knows about her and the president's affair now. So shit, the cat's out the motherfucking bag. We're gonna figure out what Millie's gonna do. And I'm just here for it. I just need it back into my life. ABC, can you? I mean, I know you'll give us a date. Giving us all these teasers and shit. Y'all who watch, y'all know how I'm feeling. Y'all know how I'm feeling. Don't sit there at that computer desk or phone or bed, wherever you're watching me at, and judge me. Don't you do it. But But let's see. I want to mention a couple of other shows on Netflix. So those of you who are looking for something to watch on Netflix, I recommend. There's this show called Orange Is the New Black on Netflix, and it's only one season. There's only 13 episodes, but that is an excellent series. It's about this white lady who in her past or her college days was dating this girl actually, and there was her girlfriend was like into drugs and drug handling and all this other stuff, and eventually they broke up, and then 10 years down the line her girlfriend ratted her out about being a part of this drug thing, and then she gets arrested and sent to this female prison, and then there's all types of characters in female prison, so it just kind of goes as a setup from there, and the people that she meets, and it's just really good. It's really funny, and it really keeps you interested from the first episode. So if you guys are looking for something to watch, definitely recommend Orange is the New Black. And somebody recommended to me Breaking Bad. I just started watching Breaking Bad yesterday, and bitch, I'm on, I think, the 5th or 6th episode. I am into this shit. This show is so, it's so bizarre and funny, but dramatic all at the same time, and I'm just loving it. I'm actually about to go watch it now. I'm about to finish watching Ashley's video, and then a couple other my YouTube subscriptions said something that's good. So I'm actually about to go watch that shit right now. So I wanted to come to give you guys a video since I couldn't give you guys a video for Bad Girls Club. But I'll definitely be giving one next week. You know why I'm going to be giving one next week? Because finally, what I've been waiting for since the freaking sneak peeks of the season even started, Sarah is finally going to lay hands to Mylan's face. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. I can't wait. I don't even care about anything else that happens in that episode. I just want to see that. And I hope Sarah wins. Because from the looks of it, Mylan can't fight for shit. Which is fine with me. Okay? That's A-okay. Get that bitch out. Because I heard that Mylan and Sarah leave actually at the same time. Whether or not it's true, we're going to find out. But that's going to be pretty much the video, you guys. Lastly, I want to mention that I'm always taking questions for the Q&A with Jay series. I haven't gotten any emails since then, so I just wanted to remind you guys, if you want me to give you advice about something, if you want to send in a question, make sure you email me at jamar84@gmail.com, and if you whatever you put for the subject line of your email, whatever you put at the subject line, that's going to be the title of the video on my channel. So you can come up with the name of your own episodes, which I thought would be pretty cool. But definitely send your emails to that email. The link will be in the bottom. And I believe that's all I pretty much said. I think I've talked you guys' heads off for about 30 minutes. And I'm going to leave you guys with that. So I'll see you guys on either Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. Well, this week. Because it is Sunday. For a new episode review of the Bad Girls Club. So I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.